Welcome. This is a mega mock draft Saturday night here on the Faithful Dogs Network. This is a special. We're going to try and do another one before the NFL begins. I am Tyler Johnson. You know me. Podcast. I am joined by Mikey P from our newest edition, the Yard Dogs podcast is joining us. I'm joined by Jacob Roche, Nick Carnes, and producer Ed from the Barkin Brown Show. Gentlemen, how are you doing this evening?
Fantastic.
Wonderful. I'm just ready to roll, man.
Yeah.
I've got some rally drum. I'm trying to rally some runs. Maybe.
Ed, how you doing, man?
Doing great. I mean, if anybody can hit for the Guardians, we're looking for you. But tonight we're going to be drafting some potential Cleveland Browns, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And to give you guys an idea, I'm going to be using Pro Football Focus, as is Mikey P, I believe, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jacob is going to be using what is yours, Jacob?
NFL mock draft database.
Okay. All right. And then Nick and Ed are going to combine and use Pro Football Network. So Ed's on his phone. So basically Nick's going to share his screen and they're going to pick together that way. So that's how we're going to do it. Well, that's how we're going to do it. So we're just going to go through a bunch of situations here. We'll pause it at certain situations on what the Browns could do, even trading up. Of course, with Pro Football Focus, what's new is you can actually trade players. So we can even go through a situation like that as well. But let's start with Nick and Ed. Let's have you guys share first, and we'll see what you come up with.
Guys, I want to, real quick before you guys fire into this, I want to know for mine, I am going to try to change it up from what everybody else does so that I can try to give you guys a general, I would like to go last, I guess is what I'm going to say, because I would like to go a different route from whatever you guys go just to show you possibilities.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good. Let's do it. Hey, I mean, that's the thing. We can obviously pick the same players, but we do want to try and make it, mix it up a little bit to give everyone a good, just different ideas.
Nick, make sure you hit 7 there.
Nick would hit first, just one.
Yeah,
round.
I just be like, hey,
one round.
We're done on night one, guys. We made no picks.
We didn't even
get
All right.
Okay, so let's see what we got here. We're gonna just kind of go, and we're gonna see. Wow, Malik Willis, number 2.
Second.
Okay.
Wow.
That might have. I'm not ruling that out. That could happen.
You know what? I'm going to go on a limb here for the second pick, and I'm going to say that the second overall pick in this draft, and you guys might be shocked, it will be either on one of two players. I think it'll be one of two players. It's either Malik Willis or Trayvon Walker. I think that's going to. I think because I think Hutch goes 1, and I think you'll be a little bit surprised by what the Lions do it too.
I agree with that. I also just think that the Lions, they could even take that pick at the end of the first round and trade up if they really want a quarterback. So that's something else to consider too. But also, guys, feel free to comment in the chat and let us know why our mock drafts are awful. So feel free to make those comments. All right, Nick.
No expert here. So if you want to roast me, you go ahead. That's good with me.
We'll have Carnesbot write you a poem.
Right? Yeah. We got Carnesbot now. Life is great.
Dude, Carnesbot's poem today had me in tears.
Just legendary, dude.
Hey, we do want Akeem Hicks, so
we do.
We do want Akeem.
This is true.
We do.
So what do you guys think? So we got Las Vegas here trying to give us a whole bunch of 2023, and
your first pick at 86? I don't know.
Oh, dude, no, I would decline that.
We need players. We need players this year.
That's a lot of value, but I just
it is. I would need a higher pick than 86, and then the Rams have nothing.
Oh wow.
So I think, I just don't think the Browns can afford to move so far down when you haven't even made a pick here at 44 yet. So for me. Ed and I collectively decline.
We respectfully decline on that.
We respectfully decline.
I want my picks back.
Wow.
Ooh.
There's a lot here, right? Because obviously David Ojabo tore his Achilles. Mm-hmm. He's sitting there, and I know he doesn't help you, but
Drake Jackson's looking good.
Yeah, Drake Jackson's an option.
Looking good. We need an edge. Because are we getting Clowney back, guys? We getting Clowney back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that's good. So So Ed, are you saying then that Drake Jackson does not tickle your fancy?
He does. He does tickle my fancy, and here's why. Even with Clowney back, I still think you need, people get injured. I always like to have two dominant pass, edge rushers a game, and obviously Myles Garrett's going to be there. Is Clowney always going to be there on the other side? I don't know with his history. He had a great year last year, but can we count on it? I don't know. I don't want it to be where an injury derails our defense. I want to be able to run the same schemes week in and week out. I want two edge rushers that are dominant. I kind of like him. I mean,
he's a freak athlete.
Yeah. I like freaks. Yeah.
I like it too because I think the Browns are rarely in a place where they can draft. Andrew Berry's not been in a place yet where he's drafted a young defensive end and let him develop, right?
Yeah.
And I
true.
So I think Drake Jackson makes a lot of sense here.
So, I sign off on it.
Team Ed Nick is rolling with Drake Jackson.
All right, solid pick.
Okay. All right, and then we'll have Mikey P go next.
All right, so we're gonna do. Let's share a screen.
I really like. Side note, I do really like. I haven't played with it very much, but I like the way Pro Football Focus put in the trade a player for picks into their simulator.
I'm not gonna give anything away. I might look at that. That's all I'm saying. It might happen.
We're gonna play with it.
Yeah, let's go.
We're gonna play with it. All right, so we're coming up pick 44.
Yeah.
Start the draft. Make sure we pit it on. We're doing fast, so this is going to go pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you want, because we're going to talk through them, but you want them to go pretty fast.
You have to on NFL mock draft database because otherwise it is very slow.
George Pickens is at 41. That's a kick. That is a kick to the groin right there. George Pickens at 41.
I don't think he'll be there. I think he goes first round.
No. Yeah, 40. Yeah, he's probably late first round for me. Probably is where he'll end up going.
I think 35 is the lowest he could go.
I think receivers are going to go fast and heavy real quick.
Yep, fast and furious.
Once Casey and Green Bay, once they made those big wide receiver trades, that they're both going to go wider. They both have 2 first round picks back there, and both of them, one of them's. They will both take a receiver, I think.
Agreed. And Jason, to answer your question, Clowney can play D tackle. I mean, in special packages, but you don't primarily want him there.
I've got a guy for that though.
Clowney's your NASCAR. I call it the NASCAR package.
Yeah.
Yep.
Winovich on the outside.
Winovich on the outside.
Dude, Mikey, you had Travis Jones goes to 39 and George.
Man, Mikey, you got a really bad draw here, man.
Is just not,
I got Drake Jackson sitting there still. He's average draft position's about 56.4. We still have Drake Jackson there. I'm not big on Kingsley out of South Carolina, and Penn State edge rushers scare me.
Yes, they do.
Dude, people
their linebackers really work out, but
I'll say though, Owe is going to be pretty special. I think
I do like Owe,
and can I be honest? I never want a defensive player from Oklahoma anymore. The Big 12 just doesn't play defense for me. I just don't see every year you see these Big 12 guys coming out, and I'm just I just don't see it in the Big 12. So I'm going to go Drake Jackson myself too.
Okay.
I was going to say
what's wrong with that?
Because I know there's been some pretty heated debate over Nick Bonito, right? And if he's is. And there's some people that feel very strongly he's going to be Jacob does not feel that.
He can't shed blocks, man. He lets people get into his body and he can't get him off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a Bonito fan.
All right. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go a little ways and then I'm going to pause it.
Okay.
Because I want to see who's available near the end of the first round because it's absolutely in play. And
did you get it?
Pick 32.
Oh, nice.
All right. Right now, I can't. It won't let me see who's on the board, actually.
That's the one frustrating part, yeah.
So, but it looks like, based off what I'm looking at, Traylon Burks is gone. That was one I was looking at. Jameson Williams, of course. Drake London, Garrett Wilson. Okay. Chris Olave is still on the board.
Wow.
At 32.
Oh.
That's interesting. I think for the sake of this, though, I'm gonna go to 44.
Okay.
I just think I think it's too rich to move up because we don't have a future first, and I don't think you want to give up a future second.
And personally, like if the Detroit Lions are sitting there and Chris Olave's there at the end of the round, I don't think they're ever passing on him.
And you shouldn't. No, absolutely not. I can't believe even that he's made it down this far. Okay, so we're gonna keep going here.
Olave for me is probably his pro career is Chris Carter. Like he's gonna be Chris Carter.
I totally agree with that.
Wow, quarterbacks in this one.
Yeah,
Matt Corral to the Falcons at 43. That could happen. Kenny Pickett's not going 40.
Jahan Dodson, 34 back-to-back picks. Ugh.
Man, that hurts. That one hurts. All right, let's see.
Yeah, you got a tough draw.
Trade options 53, but I'm not.
Can you reset that for yourself?
Huh? I wish I could.
Can you try again?
Okay. Some guys I like. Logan Hall out of Houston. Inside, outside versatility. I love Cameron Thomas out of San Diego State. Man, receiver. There is. Oh, my goodness. I'm curious. I'm just going to look because I'm curious. Who's at receiver? Oh, okay.
Ooh, Pickens.
Okay. Oh, that's tough.
If Pickens is there at 44, man.
I
got to.
I think the pick is in. I'm taking George. It's too easy. George Pickens is there at 44, which he won't be when we actually get to this point. I'm taking George Pickens.
The pick is Pickens. The pick is Pickens.
It's too easy, man. Like he's a first round talent. It's every time. I don't care if we have Amari Cooper already. George Pickens is a talent.
Yeah, he's just stupid good. Okay, guys, we are on NFL Mock Draft Simulator. If you guys haven't used this one, is it up? Is mine up?
Not currently. Do you see the share screen? Like the share button right down there?
It says it's sharing.
You got to go to the specific tab, Jacob.
There you go.
Oh, now it's working. Okay, so if I click
once I had to look down to see, and it lets me just post it up there.
Nice.
Okay. So,
oh man,
NFL Mock Draft Simulator is got quite a different board. So we've gone with Pickens, Drake Jackson. So I won't go Drake Jackson. I'll take a look back here. Malik Willis fell to 42 to the Colts.
That's what I was going to say. Dude, he went 2 in ours. 2.
Wow.
2. Wow. Yeah, right.
Ritter up here at 40.
Ritter before Malik Willis?
There's my boy.
Oh, he went to the bet. Man, that makes a lot of sense.
That makes so much sense. Signed Boye Mafe, Logan Hall all the way back at 33.
Matt Corral.
Matt Corral to the Lions.
Jahan Dotson.
Wow, Ojabo to the Packers at 28.
I love that. I love that KC sits at 29 and 30.
I love Kyler, dude. They seriously might go receiver with both picks. It wouldn't shock me if they did.
Dude, this draft would be great. Okay, so I always like the way I like to do these. I like to see these top guys. Like Travis Jones is my dude. I just don't think they value D tackle. For so long, I've been thumping the table for Travis Jones, and then like everybody's like, but they just never invested in that position other than like a 4th round pick. Yeah, they drafted a 3rd round pick in Jordan Elliott, but he had multiple 3s, and it's like. So I really want Travis Jones. He is the best true nose in this draft, I think. Okay. Devontae Wyatt and Jordan Davis are great, but Wyatt's old. Jordan Davis has some, what's the word? It's like not effort, but stamina issues. There we go. I couldn't think of the word just because of the way he sits. DeMarvin Leal had an awful year. He was awful this year. Like. He's a really good player, but he had a really awful year. George Pickens is there. Oh, Sky Moore is there. Oh,
that's your boy.
Wow. To answer your question, Zach, I think the Chiefs want Sky Moore. It sounds like they really like Sky Moore.
I know.
They might try and trade up for Jamison Wood. They might try and package those picks for Jamison Williams and get that ideal Tyreek Hill replacement.
And there's no one in here saying it, but a lot of people knock mock drafts and say that'll never happen. Well. To that, I say, look at how often I just watched Todd McShay and Mel Kiper do a full 2-round mock on ESPN, and they are wrong So, and they're great at their job, and they're still wrong all the time.
Right.
So I'm just saying all of these situations can happen.
JOK was at 52.
And you know what? You know what's funny about that? They had like the giant graphic, the best player available in day 2, and still you start at 33 and all the way down, and then JOK.
There he was.
Also, by the way, if you guys are just tuning in, I put our picks down at the bottom so far. Drake Jackson ×2 has been picked, and I took George Pickens because he was there somehow at 44.
Yep.
So I always start at the top, see who the best available are, and then I go around at the hot spots. Edge, I've got Drake Jackson. I'm gonna try to be different, and that's why I wanted to go last. I'm gonna give you some different ideas. I love Cam Thomas again, the inside-outside versatility. D tackle, Perion Winfrey is just a rusher. I don't think he can't really play the run, so I think they would prefer to just kick one of their edge in for the rush part of it.
Agreed.
I don't like anything here at corner. Safety, I guess Petre is fine. I don't think Sky Moore is there, but if he is, I think you run the card up.
Yes.
That's
Man, dude, you have Pickens and Sky
you
Moore
have so many.
and Travis Jones. What is this? What is this, man?
Dude, I don't even know what to do right now because I thought I'll take the slim pickings of whatever you guys don't have.
Yeah.
And
you get the best. You have a war chest right now.
Seriously, unreal. I'm so jealous.
I think for me it's Cam Thomas. I think it's Cam Thomas. Versatility is the word with Andrew Berry. Athletic, he's athletic as hell. All of these things, and I think it's pull that off there. Okay. And I think it is. I think it's Cam Thomas if he's there, so I'll take Cam Thomas.
All right. I'll put that in here. All right, we're back to Nick and producer Ed.
Yeah.
You know what? The Raiders really want to trade with you.
They want to give you 86 so bad.
They must hate that pick, dude.
I'm just saying, like 126 and 86, like to move down, 8 spots and get
it's got good value there.
I don't hate that.
Because remember, you pick at 118 and then you don't pick again until 202, and then in this case they want to take 202, but you don't have a 5.
Ed, do you think this is enough?
That, Nick.
You like it? I like it. I think that's a good offer.
Absolutely.
I really do.
You're over 75. Yes,
we're moving down 8 picks, and we're moving up. We're moving down 8 picks, and sure.
Let's do it.
I'm in. Let's do this. Let's see who would have won. Well, okay, so right now I want to say David Ojabo's still there. That's kind of cool. And George Pickens is still there.
What?
Is he?
I can't. Well, sorry.
Hold on. Let's see who we got before we say yes to these kids.
Oh no, never mind. No, it did. Right? What is going on right now? Travis Jones is still here,
dude. What in the world is up with some of these simulators?
And George Pickens is still. What do I do?
I mean, Nick, let's be honest, man. Who did you guys take?
God, you took
Drake Jackson.
Drake Jackson. Okay. I mean,
if
Pickens it's Pickens or Sky Moore for me. I love both.
I just can't. I mean, even Ojabo, I know he tore his Achilles, but good Lord. I'm just saying, man, that's a lot of value right there.
If you're going to build the defensive line, though, Travis Jones, I know you don't.
Jalen Tolbert went before Sky Moore and George Pickens.
Huh?
Gosh, this is. I
mean.
Okay. And Jeremy
Ruckert, holy crap!
Yeah, this is 69. There it is.
Dude, what is this? Is wild, man. I mean, I got George Pickens at 44, but the fact you have all those guys there at 78 is just wild.
Dude, what world are we really taking Calvin Austin over George Pickens? Is that a thing?
Nick, I think we should take George Pickens.
I think Super Surge MC. Yep, I pray this is how it plays out too.
All right. Listen, Las Vegas, I love your offer. It's not good enough.
Not good enough.
Sorry.
No wonder they were trying to trade up with all the freaking value.
In this, I just want to say before we leave this, Sky Moore just went at 97.
Who'd you guys take? Pickens?
We took Pickens.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just making sure.
So I just want to. I'm just saying, man. Here, I'll still tell you. But good God,
Oh, dude, no, you can. Since we have 2 third-rounders, so just feel free to keep going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, 2
sorry about that.
third-rounders. No, you're fine.
Give me 1 second.
It'll speed it up a little bit.
Got it. Understood.
Or else
Yeah. Okay.
we'll be here all
Feeling
night
good,
long.
Nick. George Pickens, Drake Jackson. This is a win-win.
Yeah, dude, I'm having a
Right.
great time. I think I'm going to reject their 7th round pick to trade up. I'm not really interested in that at all. And this, I kind of get this, but let's see. We still,
I don't. We now too far down for that.
I think.
Nick Bonito right there.
Yeah. So everybody's favorite, but see at 99, even Jacob might be a little more intrigued at 99 with Nick.
Yeah.
Bonito.
I mean, I could be interested in him. The thing about Nick Bonito is, it seems to me that he out-athletes everybody on most of his plays, and that just doesn't translate to the next
He
level.
won't be able to do that in the NFL.
Yeah.
And the thing, too, about Bonito really would be a value there, but you've already taken Drake Jackson.
Exactly.
And I don't see, to me, again, but it is it'd be value. But, you've drafted Drake Jackson, you've taken George Pickens.
Yeah. I'm just kind of cycling through.
Yeah.
Ooh.
My goodness. They have him ranked way too low.
Way too low.
That's wrong.
Well,
you know what? If this draft is going to offer a cheat code, I'm going to go ahead and trust our friend Jack Duffin and take this cheat code. What do you think, Ed? What do you think?
He's got a nice. I like his first name.
That is true, Super Surge MC. The D-line can thin out real quick during the season. It's true, but you're taking another defensive end, though. You're not taking a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
So I understand the thinking, though.
I think Nick crosses value at that spot. I know they have him at 125, but
pull the trigger, Nick.
I can't believe it.
This is Nick on Nick Love right here. Nick on Nick Love.
I want 2 Nicks on the Cleveland Browns. That's right. I'm taking Nick Cross.
Seriously insane.
Okay.
Like the fact that those guys are all available is unreal to me. All right, Mikey P, you're
Ed, you're having a great time.
Yeah, mine is not going as well.
Of the year.
yeah, you got the short end of the stick at 44.
You definitely did. Oh man.
So
And it's like crazy because like looking at all these scenarios, like the Browns could come out with an amazing opportunity or like absolute garbage.
There's really no in between.
Man.
Yeah.
Good God.
I'm looking receiver here early in round 3.
Okay.
Man, if Mechie didn't have that ACL injury, because you're probably not going to see him till at earliest late this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the problem with Mechie.
Yeah, but my God, can he play?
I know. Justin Ross.
It's tempting if he is there at 78 because he might not make it there.
Man, I like Justin Ross a lot too. His catch radius is just off the chart, but
I wonder.
Get an up and down year.
I am so worried about those injuries, man.
Injuries with him too, though.
Like
it's different than Pickens. He had pretty severe injuries at Clemson. They didn't know if he'd ever play again because of his neck injury.
Yeah, no, that's the tough part. It's like this kid from Boise State's electric too, Khalil Shakir.
He is.
He's a slot guy. He's exactly what the Browns don't have.
I know. That's why
I just don't know if I would take him at 78. It's
a little early for a slot guy.
Does Ronnie Harrison just kill the Kirby Joseph dreams?
No, dude. Ronnie Harrison bringing him back means nothing to me.
He's a box safety.
Okay.
He's a box safety. Kirby Joseph's a free that plays center field deep. I love John Mechie. I do. I love John Mechie.
I would take John Mechie. I have Pickens, but if value's there, man, it's there. We need receivers.
I want Mechie bad. I'm gonna go Mechie here. I love
All right,
Mechie.
Let's go.
That's
Like,
right.
Let's do it, man.
Anybody that does, the crane kick Cobra Kai style, man, like it's that. I want that guy on my team. So give me Mechie.
I love it. I love it. And then, all right, you got another third round pick here.
And then we're coming up here. Let's see what else we got.
You know what's cool too is his name escapes me right now, but as the Browns' other front office member who is an African American,
Glenn Cook.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. Perhaps he gets a job next year, and the Browns are sitting in this spot again.
There's a good chance that's going to.
Well, they already got a third round pick from Kwesi next year.
Yeah,
They did.
They'd have 3 third-round picks.
No, they would only have 2 because one of them already went for Watson.
Damn. Well, fair enough.
What do we have? Defensive line. I mean, we have Butler out of Tennessee. I like Haskell Garrett, but not
that high.
I like him later.
He's also pretty outside the age guard. Again, I think they're going to break him, but he's fairly out there as far as age.
I think they break it day 3.
I agree with
Makes
that.
sense. Bailey
I
Zappi,
want him to break it day.
Bailey Zappi. Right. I mean, Cincinnati's secondary last year was actually really good.
It was good.
It wasn't just sauce. Like Brian Cook was solid.
Yep.
Kobe Bryant was good.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, they had a good secondary. I mean, they only gave up 186 pass yards in that playoff game against Alabama. It was the running game they just couldn't stop.
Yep.
And I believe now their secondary coach is over at Ohio State.
Yes. And we gave them Kerry Coombs or whatever like that, so it worked out good.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yep, exactly.
Brian Cook, I'm tempted.
Cook.
Jason,
I like that pick.
Jason, this is the Kwesi pick. So this is the extra third rounder that
Could
they
be
could potentially use in a trade.
Back to Cincinnati picks.
I'm bringing Brian Cook in here.
All right,
let's go.
Oh, okay.
All right,
I like that.
I like it. It's a good pick. I mean, I'm curious to see where some of these safeties go. Really am.
The safety class is so fascinating to me because most of them are deep free safeties. There's not a ton of like strongs. Like there are, but you're looking at a lot of these guys as pure coverage guys, and that's what the NFL needs with the way these offenses are evolving.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I think it's a great pick. And again,
Joe would love safeties, though.
Yeah. Just because they're bringing back Ronnie Harrison truly means, in my opinion, nothing. I don't believe there was much of a market for him, so they weren't. I
think it's a win-win for both sides.
Yeah.
How much
was any of his money even guaranteed?
Yeah. I haven't seen
the contract yet, but also, like, it's a move that I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm just right in the middle with it. Okay. I'm up at pick 78 here. Kirby Joseph is on the board.
Kirby.
I've taken George Pickens. I don't have a DN yet. Okay. Josh Pascal at Kentucky is very interesting. I believe he's a little outside the age guardrail, and it's not day 3 of the draft to where I believe they would bend it. Nick Cross is also there. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Okay. I'm gracious. Right now. Okay, we brought back Clowney. I assume in this. As far as defensive ends, edge, D'Angelo Malone, Myjai Sanders. I like Tyreek Smith, but I feel like I can get him later to where I don't need to force that pick. So
he's probably a 5th rounder guy.
Yeah.
Tyreek, man, at Ohio State, he didn't necessarily produce, but he was still getting after the quarterback. He just didn't have the numbers.
He didn't get home, but he pressured pretty well at a pretty high clip.
Yeah, which is something you absolutely want to see. Of course, I already took George Pickens, so I'm going to make this just very simple. I'm going to take BPA here. I'm taking Kirby Joseph out of Illinois.
Yeah,
just too easy, man.
He's that true deep center field safety, and it's exactly what they need.
Yeah. Jacob, we did a piece on him, didn't we? Yeah, that guy was. Yeah,
that was my first piece for Dog Pound Daily. Was 3 safeties, and he was one of them. Yeah.
Yep. I've watched a highlight of him. He gets back so quick. He can come up like he's going to be man, and then just immediately drop back. But again,
Fluid hips.
I
He's
love
solid.
Nick Cross. I love Nick Cross, but just because he was taken earlier, I want a little bit of a different perspective. But
Deep
I'm telling you, Nick Cross or Kirby Joseph is there at 78. I get safety's not considered a need by a lot of people, but I'm taking one of them if they're there. I think you have to because Woods does love his safeties.
Greg Williams loves that pick.
So he can play him 30 yards off the line of scrimmage. Okay.
I didn't mean that deep.
All right. I'm up at 99 here. Let's see who we got. Romeo Doubs. I like him. He struggled with drops. Damone Clark was interesting at linebacker. I don't think they're going to end up taking one though. David Bell out of Purdue. Testing was very bad, but if he's there like day 3, I'm more interested.
Sure.
Najee Sanders out of Cincinnati. I like him, but his frame worries me in the NFL as far as holding up. He's very thin. He struggled with weight at the combine. I know that's because he was dehydrated or had issues there. I'm trying to see. Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, because he put that weight back on for his pro day.
Okay. Yeah, he did. The Chiefs. Okay, this is interesting. The Chiefs are willing to give me 103 for 99. I might take that. I'm going to see if I can get 135 as well. Let's see if they take this. No. Okay. you got to try. I might as well just try it again here.
Well,
nah, I don't.
So they're trying to come up. What extra are they offering you?
Huh?
That's what he's trying to figure out.
Yeah, because I'm not. If they're not offering 135, I mean, I'll try. I doubt this trade will not be accepted. Okay, 22% chance this trade will. You know what? We're gonna trade since 246 is 36% chance. Forget that. Okay, they're not giving me anything worthwhile because I don't want another 7th. So okay, we're just gonna take somebody here.
Okay.
I need another defensive end, but again, you know what? Considering where I'm gonna end up picking again is 202. I think this is decent, but I think Pro Football Focus has him ranked a little too low. I'm going to take Tyreek Smith here out of Ohio State.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
So that's where I'm going. All right.
Let's put this back on here.
Ohio State edge rushers normally produce. So
yeah, true.
They do have a good history.
Yeah, they do. All right, Jacob, you are up, my man.
Bow, 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 bow. All right.
Oh, rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins. I know it's a sad day. I just want to say that I'm an Ohio State graduate and a bunch of Ohio State fans in here, and I just wanted to say that. So,
yeah, man, that was heartbreaking.
Very, very heartbreaking. I still can't.
Yeah.
One of the greatest Ohio State single seasons we'll ever see a quarterback, maybe ever.
Yeah, 50. How many did he have? 50 touchdowns that year? Because I know he threw the 50th in the Rose Bowl to.
He had 4,800 yards, 50 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Wasn't even a Heisman finalist.
All right. Okay, mine should be up on there for you, Tyler. I think.
Okay. Yeah. Let me. Yep.
It's up there.
Okay.
All right, guys. This board is just falling so beautifully.
Oh my goodness, dude!
So we took Cam Thomas with our first pick. Man, I've got Trey McBride here at 78. And I know people are going to be like, listen, he's a tight end. We don't need to see more of these tight ends. Trey McBride is a wide receiver. And he is a big wide receiver. And we're talking about, if you look at a person like that and you say, this dude can play in the slot. He's like David Njoku, Harrison Bryant. He's not, he can play inline, outline. He's not going to do a ton of blocking. He's coming in as the third guy. It's him or Alec Pierce for me. So I'm looking for a dude that can go in the slot. I love Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce is Jarvis Landry with a sub 4.4. Like, think about that.
Exactly.
Think about Jarvis Landry's reliability and shiftiness with sub 4.4 speed.
It's insane, man. It truly is insane to think about.
I'm sorry. I was going to go Trey McBride. We're not. We're going Alec Pierce.
That would be my
Supposedly, they are interested in Alec Pierce. So,
okay.
I love Alec Pierce at that spot at the value. I just think it's just insane. All right. We're back at 99. I was going to go tight end, but I didn't. So Cam Thomas, Alec Pierce, we're looking pretty good.
That Ruckert.
See at the top here.
There.
I like that. I like that guy right there.
Oh, Jeremy Ruckert is a Stefanski tight end if I've ever seen.
Oh, he is.
I'm curious to see where he falls in the draft because he can't test due to injury.
Yeah.
He wasn't, the production was not there because at Ohio State, obviously,
offense.
you have first round picks 6 deep at wide receiver. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen there, actually.
He's so fun because I think he's the most Stefanski tight end. Now, some people will tell you that they wonder how he wins at the next level. It's a lot of contested catches, but he works really well at the catch point. So, I mean, it's fun. Like I'll dance around here. There's nothing that's blowing me. Well, I meant to hit defensive line, and I do not like Matthew Butler. I know some people do. I don't. My guy in this group is Otito Ogbonnaya, and I like to take him somewhere in the 4th. If he's still there at 118, that's a lot of times what I like to do.
Yeah.
Troy Anderson's fun from Montana State. Penn State linebackers, we talk about them, or even Darian Beavers.
See, the one thing about like Anderson and some of these other guys, I believe that Christian Watson is a smokescreen. That's just my opinion. I think it is. I saw that drop percentage, and it's not pretty whatsoever. But guys like Troy Anderson too, I'm wondering. We've never drafted a guy from FCS,
right?
So I'm wondering how Andrew Berry views that. Again, it's a new year because it's an interesting year with the COVID season. A lot of these guys are going to be older, so maybe a lot of guardrails are going to be bent here. I'm curious if they look the FCS route.
There are some guys this year that could definitely turn some heads at that from the FCS. Man, I don't.
Ruckert could be Jason Witten for me.
He could be. I like Cam.
Who was that tight end for the Broncos that was the Buckeye a couple years ago that had an H for us? I liked him.
Hireman?
Yeah,
Definitely.
tight ends for the Buckeyes, like they underproduce production-wise because of the wide receivers. But when they get to the NFL, some of them, I just like, they're solid players. They may not be the greatest, but they're solid.
They're productive.
And they normally block well.
Yes.
That I think that it brings you all well-rounded there. I'm going to go tight end. I'm going to go Jeremy Ruckert there.
Yeah.
Okay. Love
There
it.
we go.
I love it. Seriously.
So
I think that's about the range where he'll go. This is a good question. ATB 7109 asks, is Curtis Weaver still on the roster? He is.
Yes.
He's, I don't know if he'll make the team again. He's still on the roster though. He's interesting.
Yeah.
That whole situation with him is interesting.
Baker's still on the roster.
okay.
Well,
Past 4 p.m.
Yes.
It is past 4 p.m., Connor.
that's true. Yeah, Connor, what the hell?
We're just going to be mean. I hope when he gets traded, it's at 4:01 so that I can eternally be mean to Connor.
Oh my goodness, that would be
So-
hilarious, man.
I'm going to put on my convincer hat for Ed here.
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
And Ed, so here's where we're at. The Browns did draft Demetric Felton in the 7th round, and I understand that. He showed some moves, and that was good. However, Kareem Hunt, although awesome, is probably in his last year as a Cleveland Brown.
Do you want James Cook? Let's get him.
I would like to introduce you to James Cook,
Yes.
brother
Okay.
of Calvin Cook.
Yeah. Let's get him.
You know what? Andrew Berry likes to be ahead of the curve on a lot of
Yes,
this.
he does.
Right?
Yeah.
And you know what? And
I said
obviously
yes.
the Browns
man.
have a crowded running back room. I understand that. I think as James Cook sits here, that looks interesting. I think he could. Obviously, he's from Georgia, and he was good in a variety of ways there. I think he fits behind Nick Chubb very well. And who knows? Honestly, you know what? Running backs change year to year. I think it's a good idea to continue to, especially when you get later here, right? Because the draft fell so beautifully to us. Like we got
Did
Ross.
it ever?
We've got George Pickens. We've got Drake Jackson, right? So 2 of the Browns' biggest needs have been filled at this point. And I think here it just makes a lot of sense to say, okay, this is a value. We're at 118. Yeah.
I want to ask you, is Dearness gone in this? Because right now are you trading Kareem? Because right now you got Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Dearness Johnson. Technically, Felton can play there. Don't forget also if you take Cook, someone's got to.
I think
Felton's
Cook's
gotta go.
going to take either Felton or Dearness Johnson's spot, and I'm
Yep.
not sure who's yet. But it's going to be a really exciting camp competition.
I think you can get a day 3 comp pick in the future for Dearness Johnson easily.
Oh, now that would be cool. So in this situation, to me, I'm going to take James Cook. And Ed's on board.
I've liked this guy from the time that we did our mock draft the first time. So yeah, James Cook all the way. Yeah,
well, let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah, dude. Hey, I like it. Seriously, going outside the box.
You never know.
Okay.
If you guys, some of you guys, because I noticed our numbers are going up for people tuning in, so appreciate that. If you guys have missed any of the picks, I'm putting them down at the bottom of the screen. There's a lot of them, so you'll be able to catch up to every single one. Okay.
Yeah, we've got multiple simulators running right now. So.
There's a lot of bots. There's a lot of bots.
I love bots, man.
Okay. All right, Mikey P, you're up.
Dude, is this the time that the draft just falls the way it should for Mikey? I hope so.
I hope it does.
So I already know where I'm kind of going here.
Okay.
I watched this guy play. He showed out against Alabama and Ole Miss, who had two pretty good offensive lines. Like Alabama has a decent, solid, if not great offensive line year in and year out. He had a couple games where he kind of disappeared. I know the age, he's a little older, but at this point of the draft, I feel like we can do it. And he gets a lot of pressure at that defensive tackle position. I think he had 21 sacks.
Yeah.
I'm going Neil Farrell Jr. out of LSU here.
Okay.
Pick 113 or pick 118.
Right. Need to make sure I spell his name correctly. All right. Hey, we love our LSU players.
We always seem to get at least one, so it's like I got to go here.
Is this one healthy? He's
healthy.
God, I hope so.
He's healthy.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean
he's 23. That's the only thing, but
okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And I made I misspoke earlier, so yeah, we are on the board. I mean, on the clock at 118. I said 202. I don't know what I was looking at. So right now on the board for me, let me share my screen here. Currently on the board, I got all right. Bailey Zappi, he's off the board for me. Cam Taylor-Britt is interesting as a corner to bring in. Even though the Browns have tons of corners, you can never have too many corners. Matthew Butler.
Big physical corner. I love it.
Yeah, I'm definitely considering it. Neil Farrell, since Mikey P took him, I'm going to pass there. Matthew Butler, I'm not a fan of his game. Matt Twazeko out of tackle on North Dakota State is a lot of fun. He'd be a project, but with Bill Callahan there, it could definitely be someone to look at. Jalen Weidemeyer out of Texas A&M tested historically poorly to where I think this is way too high for him to even be here.
It's the worst tight end testing I've ever seen. It's awful.
Okay. This is where it's gonna get interesting. I see some names at tight end that are really far down the list there. Daniel Bellinger out of San Diego State I like. Kongwu out of Maryland is a guy who could play like a hybrid, like a fullback type and tight end. I love him. James Mitchell out of Virginia Tech. Those are tight ends. Man, I'm really curious on where I want to go. You know what? You can never have too many corners. I'm going to take Cam Taylor-Britt out of Nebraska because Greedy Williams, he's been inconsistent. I still believe in Greedy, but I don't know how they're going to go about possibly re-signing him here. So you can bring in Taylor-Britt as a guy to come in. He can learn from A.J. Green. I really like A.J. Green too, but Cam Taylor-Britt's really good insurance to have. So for this value, I'm going to take him.
It's Greedy's last year of his contract for what it's worth. I was trying to do the math real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not quick. I was never quick in school when it comes to math. It was actually my worst subject by far. So the idea of trying to put that together when it's sports related, though, I can normally think quick on my feet.
It's like weightlifting math, right? Like I'm not great at weightlifting math, but if I put a bunch of plates on a bar, I'm like 235. Let's go.
Love it. All right.
I'm glad you went Cam Taylor-Britt because I almost wanted to go Cam Taylor-Britt, like with this pick, because he was still sitting there and I wanted to talk about and make sure he got talked about, but you took care of that, so I kind of appreciate that.
T-Biscuit Gaming, no more LSU players, please.
I did see that. I've got Cam Thomas, Alec Pierce, Jeremy Ruckert. I feel pretty good about the way this is lining up. This is a situation where I talked about him a little bit. We'll go back down to him. I'll highlight Otito Ogbonnaya. You're looking at a dude like – I understand they don't put a lot of value in there. I think Tommy Togiai can take a step forward as an early down player. I think Taven Bryan can be your situational pass rusher in the NASCAR package. Because the one thing Taven Bryan can do is rush the passer all right. It's kind of fine. He cannot play the run at all. But it's interesting. Otito Ogbonnaya, I don't have it up in front of me at like 330, I want to say. He came in at like 6'4", 330. There's one thing he can do, and that is be in the way in the run game. And that is the one thing they have not had in what feels like a decade. So for me, it's a no-brainer. Get the big run-stuffing nose tackle, and let's have fun on day 3.
Yeah. The last time we had a nose tackle that could do pretty much what he can do was Sean Rogers.
That's what I thought you would. Yeah, Sean Rogers.
Don't go to the airport with him. Don't go to the airport with him.
Oh goodness! Oh my goodness!
Ed's always.
I don't want to get into the specifics, but he had some airport issues, right?
It's all right. We need the humor. We need the humor.
So. There's a name on your list I like.
So there's a couple.
Yeah.
Okay. And
man, if you guys didn't take James Cook, there are running backs available there.
I know. Maybe we got a little too excited. You never know.
All right.
What about is this guy available? Luke Fortner, offensive lineman, Kentucky.
Luke.
I wouldn't think so, but I don't know how their board looks.
I would be shocked.
Oh wow, they have him at 290.
But I like him because he can fit into a guard spot or
so
even
low.
Yeah.
Well, so
the fact they have him so low is ridiculous to me. I don't understand that.
I'm looking
GM Ed, and you know what? Every year the Browns deal with injuries, and I don't think it's ever a bad idea to get more guards, especially in the interior where they've had issues.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Wyatt Teller's been hurt a little bit. Even like Michael Dunn and Blake Hance, I don't know. But if we're sitting here and this is an option, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, that's my guy. I've been looking at him. I'm more than just jokes, guys. I actually pay attention sometimes.
He was ready, though. Ed was so ready for that pick, for his moment to shine, and I love it.
Thank you.
And you know what? Daniel Bellinger was there too, and that could have been an option. We had a lot of.
He's the best blocking tight end in this class.
Your boards have been amazing.
He just
amazing.
Super Sirs, I have no idea what Luke did to those guys. There's something there they must not like,
yeah.
Or they haven't updated it. He shouldn't be that low.
What's up, Apollo?
Yeah.
What's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, Twan. He's in space.
Nick realized who it was.
Yeah,
I love this happens every once in a while. It's like I'll put a comment up and Nick will be like, "Oh, that's a nice comment," and then he realizes who it is and he gets really excited about it.
I do that. I do.
All right.
He's in space all the time. Great guy.
You figure out who people are much quicker than me, so.
I lost track of all the players. There's too many. So what we'll do at the end, we'll just each share a screen and people can see who we
picked. That's cool.
That's so much easier. All right, Mikey P is up.
It's Mikey, yeah.
All right, so I'm actually contemplating something here.
Okay.
So there's a guy on my board that I loved coming out of college as a punter.
Whoa.
I've never said that before, but this Matt Araiza kid.
Oh, the punt god!
Oh, my God.
Man.
But we just brought in that Bjorkes, another guy with a big leg. So I don't know.
82-yarder.
I don't know, but he also has a big leg as a kicker too. Like he could be your 50-plus guy if we bring in another kicker, but to challenge McLaughlin, that's maybe accurate from 50 and in. I don't know. I want to go Ariza here, but I'm actually looking at this trade that Detroit wants to give up 217 and 234 for 202.
Oh,
okay.
And,
all right.
So 217, 233, 230. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
all right.
I'm gonna see if they go for it here. So offer trade.
All
trade
right.
accepted. All right.
Okay.
So
way to go, buddy boy.
we got 2 picks back, so we're trying to get value here.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
so now our
see.
next pick is going to be at 217.
Yeah, just finish out because I believe that'll be your last. Oh wait, never mind. You're in 6 rounds still. Okay, never mind.
And Matt Ariza is still on the board.
Ooh,
We're grabbing him now.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
snapping him up.
Yeah. All
You
right.
gotta draft gods.
God.
Every time you can draft a god, you gotta take one.
Punk God's there.
No, hey, good. I like it. Even though you drafted Borquez, I wouldn't rule out anything. I fully expect them to bring in another punter and kicker for competition.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, you
absolutely.
think about like Pat McAfee comes into the league as a punter kicker and he's drafted as strictly a punter, but like you could draft Ariza because Ariza's got the leg. He just needs to work on the accuracy. So, I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
he was really good on extra points. It was just once they started making him make harder kicks that he was having trouble.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, this is something I could see happening. It's on day 3 of the draft, and Jacksonville has no leverage here. They've signed Christian Kirk. They signed Zay Jones. They have Marvin Jones. They have a surplus at wide receiver, and I still expect them to draft a wide receiver. They also brought back Laquan Treadwell, who they really like. Laviska Shenault Jr. is the odd man out, and I think he is available, even though we haven't heard anything. I absolutely believe he's available, and I think the Browns are going to inquire about it. And I'm going to offer here $223 to Jacksonville for Laviska Shenault, and I'll give them a 2024 7th for Laviska Shenault here. And they tell me it won't be accepted, so that's actually lame. Wow. Okay, I might have to raise it because I'm willing to raise it. I want Shenault.
Okay.
What do you see him being for the Browns then?
I see him being like a guy who can do everything.
Okay.
Like literally everything that they're asking for him to do. Okay. Well, apparently I'm not going to get Shenault because telling me the trade won't be accepted. I could force the trade, but that's cheating, so I'm not going to do that. I have to admit, that's pretty disappointing. Okay, for the record, guys, I was going to trade for Shenault. The Jacksonville wouldn't let me, so that's out the door. Okay, so I'm going to look at tight end now at 202. I still have not taken a tight end so far. Fun names on the board: James Mitchell, Okongwu, who, again, I said I liked, Cole Turner. The guy I wanted is gone. I wanted Daniel Bellinger out of San Diego State, and he is gone. So I'm going to go with Okongwu. He's a guy. He's really raw. He's athletic, and you can find ways to get him the ball. So I'm gonna take the tight end out of Maryland here. All right,
not a bad pick.
All right.
No, I like it.
I do.
And Mr. Jacob.
Let's get this back up on here real quick. Here we go. Here we go.
I also agree with that, Serge. Shenault can be everything we wanted. Well, I would say, Jarvis was. He's past his prime in that regard. But yeah, in Shenault, he's lined up in the backfield before. There are ways to get him the ball. I like him a lot.
What's his speed? Is he a 4? Is he pretty quick?
Pretty sure he's a 4.4 guy.
That's what I thought. 4.4. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so. All right. I think we should.
Thank you, Scooter. Thank you, Scooter. Again, I was going to trade for him, and if we weren't live, I probably would have forced the trade. But I'm not going to do that because it is.
Because everybody will know we cheated.
Yeah.
All right, it should be up. It's up there for you.
I wouldn't have told anybody. I would have.
Should be up there.
Well, I think at the end when I would have showed like the draft board, it would have said I forced it.
Okay. So
Ooh.
I love, especially once you get into the 6th, to start looking at best player available and things like that. And we kind of talked about this a little bit, and I don't know why he would fall like this, but if Mikael Wright is there at 202, he is probably one of the better slot corner. Like, he projects to be a slot corner at the next level. He also has several return touchdowns at Oregon. So you're looking at a dude, I know we got Jakeem Grant, but you're also looking at a dude in Mikael Wright who can be a gunner. Not just talking about returners, but talking about gunners and, on the punt coverage team and stuff. They were awful last year too. So a guy like Mikael Wright, he plays both of those. He can play in the slot. I know some people aren't crazy. The age guardrail thing, I think he is a little bit old, but you're looking at a guy who can be the heir apparent to Troy Hill. Troy Hill's in his 30s.
Yeah.
A gunner, a returner, whatever. He can be that guy that plays just that umbrella where AV makes a move where you go, oh, that's not going to blow me away, but he's going to do 4 things on game day that have to happen. They might not, jump off the stats and win Super Bowls as far as you're concerned, just when you're looking at it. You know what I mean? You're not going to be like, oh, my God, that was so amazing. But then you think about if you don't have players making those plays on special teams, we get what we got last year. So if he's there at 202, man, slot corner that plays special teams, Mikael Wright.
Well, and to add to what you're saying there a little bit too, I don't think people truly they want the best player available normally, when you're that late in the draft. But special teams is so. I mean, we've struggled on special teams. I think people really underestimate that. That's huge, having a gunner like that. You need guys like that, and they lost Mac. We lost Mac Wilson, who I've given him plenty of crap over his time here, but he was valuable on special teams this past year.
That was his role. He finally had found his role.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take Winovich.
All right. Nick and Ed.
Okay. Right. Sorry, let me share this with. Oh, am I sharing it with you? Let's see.
It doesn't. It's not as of right now. No.
We're coming along here. Give me one.
Also, guys, I apologize if you're just tuning in and you've missed some of the picks. I apologize. I lost track a little while ago because I'm trying to multitask here. Yeah. So we'll show you guys our boards, who we drafted at the end of the show.
So we're here in round 7, and things are getting a little lean. Mm-hmm. But I will say that I think, Ed, the Browns have questions at middle linebacker.
Yeah.
And I think a guy like Ellis Brooks is a good option to challenge Sione Takitaki, to challenge Anthony Walker, maybe, right? Because you're not really sure. I think Sione is on his final year of his deal as well. Was he not in that Greedy Williams draft class?
I think, yeah. I do believe that he is the last year of his
deal. Because he was with Mac Wilson in that same draft.
So linebackers, I think, back to back, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Nick,
I think.
Do we have before you pull the trigger? Because I really, really, really like that pick. But special teams. Do we have any punters or kickers? Because we have to, have to at least look.
You gotta look.
Ed, you have a suggestion right there.
I know we do. You know what I like about Dicker the kicker is Bill Dawson went to University of Texas, and so did Dicker. So it's bringing that Longhorn tradition. I know.
We could do the horns up thing. That would be fun.
Now, keep in mind, guys, saying Dicker the kicker would be awesome. It'd be good for shirt companies and whatnot. But the reality is, Cade York is the best kicker.
I was just about to say that I really like Cade York. I really like Cade York.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong. Saying Dicker the kicker for the next 4 or how many ever years he's here would be hilarious. But he's not really that great. He's not. He's a pretty average kicker. I think people fell in love with his name, to be quite honest with you. York is
that's my Evan McPherson. That's my McPherson. The Bengals did it, and that's why I really like Cade York. I really like Cade York.
You sold me, GM Ed. You sold
Apollo
me.
knows.
I really like him.
We are rolling with
Cade York.
Yes.
He's done it.
Okay. There we go.
And I think
spoiler alert. When
I figure we just finish out.
Yeah, just wrap it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last pick here, Nick.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Everybody's on board with your York.
York is nice.
Yes.
Good pick.
All right.
Yeah, it is. I just wouldn't draft a kicker personally, but that's just me. I love Cade York.
I fell in love when Cade York when he kicked that game winner against Florida. Where you couldn't even see the freaking goalpost.
He's
Oh yeah, that was him.
And he drilled that thing.
So, as I've mentioned, I am no draft expert. However, I am well studied in the Jack Duffin guardrails.
Yeah,
I know who this is. I know who this
am.
is.
And so, as we get into the last, Chris Steele here, Mr. Cornerback.
Yep.
I know he checks all the boxes. I think in the 7th round, you're just looking